It's reasonable to assume that fans have been waiting a long time for Three-Bodied Problem to arrive on Netflix, coming from the writers of Game of Thrones. Fans will undoubtedly be waiting to see whether or not Game of Thrones producers David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, along with Alexander Wu from True Blood, will collaborate again on a future installment. So, will there be a second season of Three-Bodied Problem? Here's everything we know so far. Even while the show has only recently debuted on the streaming service, it has been years in the making. It was first announced in 2020. Critics' opinions on the sci-fi novel adaptation of Cixin Liu's trilogy have been varied thus far. Season 2 of Three-Bodied Problem has not yet been renewed by Netflix. It's early for a renewal announcement, though, given the series has only recently arrived on streaming services. Given such, we'll probably have to wait and see if the positive response matches the excitement surrounding the science fiction. But even before Three-Bodied Problem debuted, the shocking revelation that the show's co-creators are already working on Season 2 was made public. In a conversation with Collider, Weiss disclosed, "We have more than just a rough idea for Season 2. With that approach, we've come a lot further than just the preliminary idea stages. From that point on, things get, fuzzier in your view the farther away they are. However, the third book has a ton of incredible landmarks in terms of scenes, situations, and events that we can see fairly clearly. Although we're not entirely sure how our characters will get there, we know they must. We picked up these works and were inspired to adapt them in the first place because of that location, that place, and that place." Benioff further clarified that although The Three-Bodied Problem, Liu's first novel, is adapted in the first season, The Dark Forest, Liu's second book, will be the subject of a possible second season. However, the showrunners believe that Death's End, the third novel, could take more than one season to complete. "The third book is massive," he said. "I believe it to be twice as long as the other two novels. Thus, it could be one season or two. But to portray the entire narrative, I believe we need at least 3, if not 4, seasons." Although the showrunners have acknowledged that they are more advanced in the planning stages than merely the rough concept stage, it is possible that a potential second season of Three-Bodied Problem would air sooner rather than later than Season 1. The directors and cast of the sci-fi series were revealed a year after the first season was announced back in 2020. With a release date of March 2024, filming began in the UK later in 2021. Since there has been such a long wait for the release of Season 1, therefore, if it gets renewed for a second season, we can expect it to come out sometime in 2026. As for a possible second season, the showrunners have already stated that they intend to stay true to the original material of Cixin Liu's trilogy of science fiction novels. The Dark Forest, the second book in the series, centers on the Dark Forest hypothesis, which postulates that numerous alien civilizations exist throughout the cosmos, but choose to stay hostile and silent in order to avoid detection. Imagine the universe as a forest, patrolled by numberless and nameless predators, is how the book's synopsis puts it. Any civilization that discloses its location is prey in this wilderness, where subtlety is essential to survive. Earth possesses. The predators are approaching now. In 4 centuries, the Trisolarians will arrive on Earth after crossing light years. However, their extra-dimensional spies and operatives, known as Sophons, are already here. The human mind as an individual is impervious to their impact. This serves as the driving force behind the Wallfacer project, a desperate attempt at defense that gives 4 people nearly total control over the creation of covered plans that are concealed from both humans and aliens using trickery and deception. While the 4th Wallfacer is completely unknown, the other 3 are well-known scientists and leaders. The unassuming Chinese astronomer Liu Jini is perplexed by his elevated status. All he knows is that Trisolar is once and dead, out of all the Wallfacers.